Yo, what's up? It's me, Chase, a PP. Fuck. I'm keep on doing that till I stop laughing. And today we're going to be talking about Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen is a 2020 anime television series based on the manga series of the same name, written and illustrated by Gege Akutami. Yeah, let's go with that. The series is produced by MAPPA, which they also produced other really good anime in my opinion, such as Attack on Titan, Kakeguri, and Yuri on Ice. And it was directed by Hiroaki Miyamoto and written by Hiroshi Seko. The story follows Yuji Itadori, a high school student who, upon coming into contact with the cursed finger, is dragged into the world of curses. In order to save his life, he joins the Jujutsu Tech high school in order to learn how to deal with curses. You should also know the anime has been well received with praise for its animation, story, and characters. And that's all you really need to know to watch this video. Okay, so I'm spitballing here. I've been told so many times to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. And the only reason why I watched it was mostly because I had nothing else to watch. I thought it would be impossible for me to start getting through my list of cartoons and anime to watch. And even though I still have like 2 more cartoons to watch that I really need to watch, overall, I've gone through the list very quickly. So, by the way, if any of you have any anime or cartoon recommendations for me, comment down below or tell me on the Discord down below as well. Any other way, so I watched Jujutsu Kaisen. If you guys are quote unquote OG fans, I used to do that. I still do. I've just been lazy. I would change my channel art every single month. And at some point my art was Gojo. Put up here, me, I guess, if I can find the art. But yeah, so I did that, but I never watched it. And after watching it, I think it's alright. I don't know what I was expecting. I will say real quick that it was very refreshing to watch a shonen anime. I haven't watched a shonen anime in a good bit, I want to say. Let me fact check that though as I talk. I'm pretty sure though I have not watched a shonen anime in a bit, minus One Piece, but I've been reading One Piece a lot more recently. Let's see. We did Yuri on Ice with Spider-Man, Komi Can't Communicate, and then before that I think it's a lot more like slice of life shit. So yeah, I haven't watched a shonen anime in a while, so it was very refreshing. I start to remember why I really do like shonen stuff. But overall, I think I was coming in here expecting something different. I thought it was going to, I thought I was going to be more surprised by stuff. And I'm not saying that the creator didn't take risks. I do think they did. Like, I want to say it was one of the earlier episodes, like before episode 6. Spoilers alert, by the way. If you haven't watched the anime, I would suggest you go watch it. But it was before episode 6, and Itadori ends up dying, quote unquote dying, right? But before that, they had this little, I don't know how to explain it, but it was kind of like trying to hype you up for the next episode or the next quote unquote mini arc by saying, yeah, there's a huge curse here. We mission report status, whatever. We had 3 first years go, one of them died. And I stepped back, I was like, oh, so is Itadori going to die? Like, I feel like if most people didn't think too hard about it, I think that would have been a surprise. You probably would have thought that was going to be one of the other 2, one of his 2 buddies. But no, I don't know. I sat there for like 5 seconds. I was like, oh, I feel like Itadori's going to die, and he did. Yeah, I was expecting more surprises, I guess, with how much people talked about this. Again, I don't want to blame people for hyping. I don't want to blame the anime for other people hyping said anime up. So I don't want to talk too much about that. But yeah, I will say the surprises were not there, in my opinion. Other than that, I really do want to talk about the characters a bit. Itadori, I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting. I like Itadori's design. I've always liked it. Before I watched it, I liked it. But because of it, I think I was expecting a little bit different. Just a little different type of personality. There's this anime called Fire Force, right? I forgot the main dude's name, but I liked him. He wasn't my favorite character, but I liked him. Because like he had the typical shonen-esque type of personality, but they changed it enough. By the way, is Soul Eater shonen? I can't remember if it is. But either way, they changed it enough for me to be like, yeah, I kind of like it. I feel like you're doing something new. It's kind of refreshing to me. Itadori is like any other protagonist that I've seen before in my life. He's just too happy. It's just too happy for me sometimes. Like, he was still cool, don't get me wrong. It's not like I hated him, but he was just too happy for me. I will say I do kind of like the idea of having the demon inside of him. I don't know where they were going with it at first, but now it kind of feels like, you know, every protagonist needs to have that trump card. I think it's just kind of weird. I don't know. I like the dynamic. The fact that at any point the demon could come out at some point whenever he says whatever the fuck he said. It was a pact. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the anime and you'll be able to keep up. But yeah, I remember there was a pact. I know the demon said, if I say this, you know, I'll just come out without you forcibly stopping me or whatever. I kind of like that dynamic. But overall, once they made that pact, they just didn't do anything with it anymore. That was kind of weird. Like, I mean, again, of course, I'm assuming they'll do something with it eventually. You know, I didn't read the manga, but just for this first season or the first 24 episodes, they didn't really do anything after that. As for the other characters, there's like I'm really bad with names, so I'm so sorry. I'm really bad with names. But the Sasuke type guy, the emo dude, he was cool. I liked his personality a bit. So was the girl, I forgot her name, but yeah, so was the third one. They're both cool. I'm not the biggest fan of the chick's power. I feel so sexist just saying all this stuff. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of her power. I wish it was more flashy. Like, am I wrong for saying that? I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of what would be the coolest fight I could imagine watching with her moveset, and I'm just drawing blanks. I can't think of anything that's fucking, oh yeah, that shit was badass. At least with the emo dude, like, I think you could do a lot of cool stuff with being able to summon random animals or curses, whatever they're called. I think you could do a lot of cool stuff with that. Everyone else also has like cool powers from the top of my head. But what's her face, whatever her name is, she's just, I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe at some point she just does something badass. But yeah. As for the second years, I will say, off rip, my favorite character is one of the second years. Now, I want you guys to guess, who do you think my favorite character is? Now, I want to preface this real quick. I have a tendency, usually how I pick my favorite characters is just from very early opinions on them. Either they look cool, I like the design, or they do something cool, and I usually just pick them. Like they do one cool thing very early in their introduction. I pick them as my favorite, and then I just stick by them, whatever. But I have a tendency to always pick characters that just don't do shit afterwards. So like my favorite Naruto character is Kiba. As we all know, us Kiba fans are in the dumps. And then my favorite Dragon Ball character is Android 17. And until semi-recently, we were also in the dumps for like quite a few years. So with all that in mind, who do you think out of the second years is my favorite? I give you some time. Forgot his name, but it's the dude who like has his mouth covered, and like when he talks, it forces you to do something. I don't know, that fucking don't move shit gave me goosebumps. And then I don't know, man, when it got to like the final arc, I guess the I don't know it's not like a tournament arc. It was the two classes fighting each other arc. everyone had their cool moment. Like, everyone is like, yeah, I'm throwing heads, yes sir. And then when I saw my dude who can fucking tell people to stop doing shit or whatever, the very second is his turn to like start cooking people, suddenly the fucking plot starts again. he's like, yeah, I did something. What did he did something, I can't remember. Oh yeah, I remember. He fucking called someone on the phone. This girl, I think her name was Mai. She's bad, by the way. All these girls are bad, I cannot lie. But he called her on like one of her teammates' phones and said, yeah, go to sleep. And then she fell asleep. I was like, oh shit, we're about to see him like start cooking someone. And then like the fucking big bad monster for this arc just shows up. And then he starts making a run for it. Well, I'm not saying he had to beat him. But I'm just saying, like, if we could just get like a solid 30 to 45, hell, maybe even a minute of just this dude, like, you know, kicking some ass real quick, you know, fucking punch, don't move, more punches, jump up real quick, uppercut. Like, that's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for too much, am I? But yeah, he's my favorite right now. I also like a lot of the second years, the Kyoto students. Is that true? Maybe I don't like a lot of them. I liked Mai, the one with the sword. I think she had blue hair. And I also like the chick with the gun. She was also cool. My favorite thing in any anime, if you want me to think your character is goated off rip, is just pull out a fucking gat, no matter what. My Hero Academia, that one dude who just like put out a fucking gun. That's my nigga right there. And then what's her face? I forgot her name, but the person with the gun. I can't remember what she said, but she was like, what was it? I think she like tried to put her in a chokehold or something. So she just like pulled out a gun and put it to her abdomen. I was like, hey, you better watch who you're talking to or some shit. That shit was fucking goated. And spoiler alert for Tokyo Revengers. So leave now. But I'm pretty sure at some point, one of the characters, I think the main character, like just pulls out a gun. It's always great. It's always fucking great. Yeah, those people are cool. Gojo's also cool. Something about Gojo though, I'm very interested on how everyone else feels about him. It just feels kind of like I don't know. It feels like someone, specifically the author, has a hard on for Gojo. Like, sometimes I'm watching this, I'm like, yo, who's the real main character? Itadori doesn't fucking matter, truly. And I kind of like the fact, but he truly doesn't matter. The only people who matter is Sykkuno, right? Is that the demon's name? Whoever's the Itadori, and Gojo. Everyone's like, oh man, look, there's Gojo. Oh man, I can't wait to fight Gojo. Oh man, you're not strong enough to beat Gojo. What are you doing? They made a specific veil. A veil in this anime, I think it's called a veil, is to essentially, I guess it's like kind of a battle room is the easiest way to explain it, that has its own different rules. And usually it's like, oh, you know, I want people to stay in, but you can't get out. Or I want people to stay out, so you can't get in. For this specific one, they're like, yeah, this one is specifically made to keep Gojo out. Like, what am I watching right now? Like, yeah, I just feel like there's too much going on with Gojo. Now, maybe, just maybe, I'm about to be like gobsmacked and Gojo's like the true final villain or something, or I don't know, something. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's too much. It's too much for me. Oh yes, Gojo is the strongest being alive. Like, calm the fuck down. It's like, if you haven't watched this and you watch Naruto, it's kind of like if Kakashi was just that nigga. And I don't mean like, yeah, like Kakashi right now is like that nigga, right? But no, I mean like the fucking dude. Like, you know how Madara just like fucking wrecked house for half the fucking Shinobi Alliance and then just went on and just threw hands with all the Kage? That's like if Kakashi did that without really breaking a sweat. That's kind of like the platform they're trying to put Gojo in this fucking anime. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Oh, by the way, the drip, all the characters drip when they decide to not wear their typical uniforms are clean. So with that, I'll give this anime a enjoyability rating. Listen, hear that? Enjoyability. This is not my unbiased opinion. This is purely biased. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. It's nothing special. I don't think it's anything special thus far. Hopefully, I mean, like, they don't really have to change anything for me. It's just, you know, it's just nothing special. It's if you watch any shoujo anime, you probably know the ins and outs. I think it's different for me since I haven't been watching a lot of shoujo. Did I say shoujo? What the fuck's wrong with me? Shonen. I haven't been watching a lot of shonen anime recently, so I think it's just a little bit more fresh for me. But if you do watch or read a lot of shonen, then it's nothing crazy. But yep, 8 out of 10. And yeah, so if you guys like this video, do the channel, hit that like button and subscribe. Did you guys like the video? Or sorry, did you guys like the anime? Tell me down below. Let's talk about it. Or you can join the Discord and DM me or tell me in this server how much you liked it and how much my opinions suck. I'll see you guys next time. This is Chase, or Sean, or Chase, PP. I don't care anymore. Signing off.